What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day video. Okay, so after I have my giant liter of water, I've been starting my day with this Dandy Blend coffee alternative. It's really good for you. I've been trying not to do any caffeine or coffee, and this has been such a good substitution. I really, really love it. It's amazing. I start with a couple cups of hot water and add 2 heaping tablespoons of the Dandy Blend, as well as a little bit of cacao powder. So good for you. It gives you a little bit of energy. So good for you all around. And a couple tablespoons-ish, maybe like a tablespoon and a half of coconut butter. Not coconut oil, but coconut butter. Really good for you. I love it. It makes it a little bit like creamy. Same with this creamer. You can add in whatever creamer you'd like or skip it if you don't want that. I really like that caramel creamer. I add a little bit of that and pop the lid on, and then I just blend it up with my little NutriBullet blender for like 30 seconds until it's nice and creamy and delicious, and oh, it's so good. I love this. This is a giant coffee mug. You can't really tell, but I like to have a decent amount of this in the morning before I go to the gym. This is kind of like my only fuel before I go to the gym. You can see it's nice and frothy and yummy, and I love it so much. Then after I got back from the gym, I was super hungry, so while I was making breakfast, I had one of these Lara bars, one of my favorite kinds. So good. And then around 2 p.m. after I got out of the shower, I started making some oatmeal. I added some water and some hemp milk to my pot with a little pinch of salt, added in some oats once the water and milk was boiling. These were just quick cook oats because I was hungry. Sometimes I'll do the ones that take a little bit longer, but I liked these today because I was really hungry and needed something to eat. So pop the lid on, let that cook for a minute. They go pretty quickly, and then gave that a little stir. That's the consistency I like. They thickened up a little bit after they sat, but that's typical. And then I like to add in a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of maple syrup for the sweetener. And I also added a little bit of protein powder because I lifted pretty hard at the gym, and I just like making sure that I'm getting enough protein. So you can tell that it thickened up a little bit. So just adding a little bit more of that flax milk just to make it a better consistency, one that I prefer. And then to my oats, well, I guess to my bowl, I add the cooked oats, and some sliced banana. I love banana in my oats. And then some blueberries that I just thawed from frozen, just like sprayed a little bit of water on them, and some hemp seeds, some pumpkin seeds, some raw walnuts. Those pumpkin seeds are raw as well. You get a lot of health benefits from raw nuts and seeds. And then just a little bit more of that flax milk, and that's my breakfast. Okay, so a little while after I eat breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever you want to call it, I typically take my multivitamin. This is a brand new multivitamin that I've been taking. If you guys have seen my past videos, I was taking like 6, I think, different vitamins and minerals a day in different separate little containers, and I don't do that anymore because I now take this amazing new multivitamin called Holier. You guys, this stuff has changed my life. And Holier is actually the sponsor for today's video. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why I am in love with these multivitamins and tell you a little bit about what's in them and why I think they're so amazing. So yeah, the number one reason why I'm absolutely in love with them is because I only have to take 2 capsules a day, just 2 instead of like the multitude of capsules I was taking beforehand. And Holier is made for vegan, vegetarian, vegan-ish, so it's perfect for the lifestyle that I lead, and I know a lot of you lead a similar lifestyle. So they're made for people who eat like we do, or like I do. So instead of having to guess, what do I need? What do I take? Everything is right in here for you. It's perfect. So let me tell you what's in these babies. So there's omega-3, vitamin B12, iron, vitamin D3, zinc, iodine, vitamin K2, and magnesium. So like I said, they're just absolutely perfect for what I need and what most vegans, vegetarians, or people who eat a plant-based diet need. So they're just awesome. It makes it really, really easy. One of my other favorite parts about Holier is that they are put into like this delayed release, no nausea capsule. So a lot of the other vitamins and minerals I was taking before, if I took them on an empty stomach, I would get like nauseous as shit. These, I don't feel anything at all. They just completely feel normal. I don't get nauseous. So that's another huge plus that I really, really enjoy about these. So if you're interested in trying some of these out, then you can use my code HowToVegan and you'll get 25% off of your first purchase. I'll leave a link down in the description box, and if you just click on it, it should just automatically apply the code. But if you want to go to their website, check them out, just use the code HowToVegan, all one word. And like I said, you'll get 25% off of your first purchase, which is a decent chunk of change off of your first purchase. You can try them out and see if you like them as much as I do. And then around 5 p.m. I got a little bit hungry, so I like to have a snack when I get hungry. So I had some of this like mock tuna fish type stuff from Minimalist Baker, I believe it was. I'll put the recipe in the description box with some of these Trader Joe's crackers. They're so good. I usually get the brown rice ones. They're like a tamari ones, but I really like these ones. I don't think I've ever had them before. They're really, really good. So this stuff is amazing. It's made from chickpeas and sunflower seeds. So I had some of that along with some apples and some crunchy peanut butter. And then while I was having my snack, I decided to start prepping a little bit for dinner. I am making some sweet potatoes in my Instant Pot. So I just pour a cup of water into the bottom of that. We're gonna steam the sweet potatoes. And then I add in this avocado steamer basket. I love that thing. I'll put a link in the description if you want one of those as well. It's like silicone and it's amazing. Put in those cubed sweet potatoes in there. Cook those for 4 minutes, I think is what I did. And then they're perfectly done. So easy, so fast. I love my Instant Pot. And I really like the silicone basket because it doesn't get hot. It's really easy to clean. So just prep those for dinner. So I had those on hand and ready to go. So yeah, you can see I just use this for everything now, like my main strainer, like draining pasta and everything. It's really easy to clean. Those little handles like snap together. It's really nice. I love it. It's perfect for steaming. It's got this like nice bottom to it, so it doesn't rest in the water. I use it for steaming now instead of like a mesh one, which is really hard to clean. And then around 8 p.m., I started making my dinner. I love this dinner, you guys. Oh, it's so good. First, I take a tomato and I quarter it and then take out the seeds. I put the seeds into my compost, and then I just chop these tomatoes up. And I take the seeds out so they don't get too juicy. I just really like taking the seeds and that like juicy membrane out. So just chop these up and pop them into a bowl. So first I'm kind of making this topping for this Buddha bowl. I've been loving this lately. So you'll just have some nice chunky tomatoes in there. And then I do the same thing with a cucumber, just kind of dice that up, pop that into the bowl as well. And then I do the same thing with a red onion. Just kind of dice that up, add that into the bowl. And then I top it with some of this Umi plum vinegar. If you watched any of my videos, I use this in so many things. I love it. I'll leave a link. I get mine on Amazon, so if you want to try it out, you can. It's like salty and sweet and vinegary. It's delicious. And then some freshly ground black pepper. And then I just stir all this up until it's nice and mixed really well. Just looking at this makes me want to make this right now. It's so good. Mix that up, and then I just put that in the fridge, and while I'm making the rest of my ingredients for my Buddha bowl, that just kind of sits and all the flavors meld. Oh, and if you are curious about my compost, I've had some people ask, I just put a bowl in the freezer and then put everything in there that gets composted so you can tell it's just frozen. And then when it gets full, I bring it out to my compost bin. Our city does compost, like a garbage bin. So just take it out there and put the empty bowl back in the freezer. Okay, so now for the rest of the bootable ingredients, I do like a pretty much like a whole bundle of kale and just chop that up coarsely, or you can kind of like massage it. I just like it kind of chopped up a little bit. And the more you chop it, the better it is for you. Chopping it, blending it, massaging it kind of releases these really nice, healthy components of the kale. So I like to chop it up like that. And then I take a couple of larger cremini mushrooms, and I just usually cut these into like eighths like that. And I really like not slicing them because I like kind of biting into it and getting that chew from the mushroom and like the juices once it's cooked. So yummy. And then I'm going to put some broccoli into my Buddha bowl as well. So I just cut some of these florets off of the crown and chop these up. Try not to chop my finger off, which I actually do. Okay. So got that bandaged up. I had sharpened my knife right before this and I was not being careful with my thumb. So tuck your fingers in when chopping because I cut off the tip of my thumb. It was really great. Coarsely chop up the broccoli as well. I like to do a little bit finer so that when I cook it, it all gets cooked a little bit more evenly than bigger florets. And yes, this is a lot of food, but I was really hungry. I put in some of my quinoa that I had made in the Instant Pot earlier that week. This is a massive bowl, you guys. You can't really tell, but it's really big. And then I had some leftover white beans that I'd used earlier in the week, so I put those in the bowl. You can use chickpeas or kidney beans or any kind of beans that you like, or no beans. Make this however you like it, but this is just how I do it. And then some of those steamed sweet potatoes that I made in the Instant Pot earlier are going into the bowl as well. And then I'm adding all those veggies I just chopped. So a bunch of kale. This will cook down. It's a lot, but I love kale so much. And then the broccoli and the mushrooms go into the bowl as well. And then to kind of help it cook and kind of wilt down a little bit, and just because I love the flavor of lemon on everything, I'm squeezing like half of a lemon just over everything, just to give it some flavor and to help it kind of steam and cook really nicely. And then, this might be controversial, but I microwave this. And I was afraid of microwaves until I did some research, and specifically from Dr. Greger, saying that microwaves really aren't bad for you. It's all like this thing that people came up with. So I'll leave a link to that article if you're interested, because it was really eye-opening to me. So I microwave it for 3 to 4 minutes. I think I did 4 minutes on this. Kind of depends on your microwave. Mine isn't super strong. And then when you bring it out, everything's kind of cooked down and everything's heated through and cooked perfectly. I absolutely love it, especially if you're in a hurry. But if you don't want to use a microwave, you can cook stuff in the oven or saute it in your pan, whatever feels best for you. And then I top that with that mixture that I made earlier and add all the juices in too. That ends up being some of the kind of dressing for the bowl. And then some of this Mediterranean hummus from Trader Joe's. I love this stuff. This definitely isn't oil-free, so if you want to use oil-free hummus, you can. I just love the flavor of this in this bowl. So I take a couple big heaping tablespoons, probably more than that, and plop that in there too, and then sprinkle it with some nutritional yeast, added B12s. I love nutritional yeast, and that's my dinner. Oh yeah, and then I forgot to add this, but I added avocado, hot sauce, and roasted sunflower seeds as well. See, I told you guys this bowl was massive, so big, and it's so full of food. I'm so stoked to mix this all up and start eating it. So that's what I typically do. I just mix everything together. Just mix it all together and make it one big giant hummus bowl mishmash. It's so good. I came up with this because I had a bunch of leftovers on hand and I threw it all in a bowl, and I've been eating it so many days ever since. It is amazing. So If you're looking for something super healthy, super tasty, really easy, you should definitely try this out, because those tomatoes on top with like the cucumber and the umi plum vinegar, mixed with that hummus, everything in this is so good. So good. This whole thing is just like my perfect bowl of food. And it doesn't matter if it like sits there for a little bit and gets kind of like cold, because it's good hot or cold. Like you could make a big batch of this, like I kind of did. This is a lot of food. You can make a big batch of this and then just like eat it throughout the week if you'd like. You can do it however you want, but this is my new favorite thing in the world. And I love how microwaving it just like gets everything cooked so perfectly. Like the mushrooms are perfect, the kale is perfect, the broccoli is not too overcooked, everything's heated through. Those sweet potatoes that I made in that like avocado steamer basket are perfect. Love that thing. It's like crunchy and smooth and a little spicy because of that hot sauce, and just so good for you. Like this is the most healthy obsession I've probably ever had. Like I could eat this every single day and it's so good for you. The quinoa and the beans, and you guys saw everything I put in it. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna finish mixing this around and eating this because I'm pretty hungry. Filming one of these what I eat in a day videos takes a little bit of time, and it usually makes me eat a little bit later throughout the day than I normally do, because I have to like set up the camera, make sure the lighting's good, try not to chop my thumb off, all of those things. So I'm gonna mix this up, I'm gonna eat it. Super excited about it. This will probably most definitely be the last thing that I eat today. If for some reason I feel like getting into the little Halloween candy that we got for our trick-or-treaters, which I might, it's so good. It's like Laffy Taffies and Nerds that are like guava, pineapple, and spicy mango chili flavor. So good. I shouldn't have bought them because they're delicious, but if I get into anything else later, which I don't think I will, this is a massive bowl of food, then I will definitely let you know. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the last thing that I eat for the day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go check out the Holier multivitamins if you're interested, because game changer, life changer. I love them. I have a feeling you will too. They're just, it's such a good way to get everything that you need into freaking capsules instead of like 900 a day and trying to remember which, you know what I mean. If you've been taking supplements, you know what I mean. So check that out. Don't forget to use my little discount code, HowToVegan, or just click on the link in the description and it should automatically apply the code for you, and you'll get 25% off. Hi, monkey. You'll get 25% off of your first purchase. So go do that. Love Holier, life changer, like I said. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me, and I love hanging out with you guys during the day and showing you what I eat. I hope you find it really inspirational, and no matter what, eat the way you want to eat. If you find this inspirational, great, but if you're more of the kind of person that needs to eat 5 times a day, do that. I just, throughout time and lately, over the past year, have just been really eating intuitively, eating mindfully, and realizing that I just feel so much better when I eat 2 larger meals a day, and kind of do an intermittent fasting thing from about 10, 11 p.m. till afternoon, usually the next day. I just feel good. I really don't need a whole lot in the morning, and I'm just listening to my body. I used to just force myself to eat and it didn't feel good. So going to the gym with just a little bit of that like Dandy Blend drink has been amazing. It's been perfect for me, but just use this as inspiration and for meal ideas and some little tips and tricks, but you do you. Every single person is different. Bio-individuality is a thing. So listen to your body and do what feels best for you, because that's what this life is all about, doing what feels best for you. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Also, if that feels good for you, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, or if you have any video suggestions that you would like to see me do. And I hope you have a really good rest of your day, and I'll just see you in the next video. Peace.